Claude is a new feature that allows kids to build working games, quizzes and homework tools from just one sentence. My 8-year-old son built 3 different projects this week in under an hour. It's called Claude Artifacts and it's the most underrated thing in AI right now if you've got kids. I'm Niall, I run AI Dad Lab and have 500 hours of testing AI tools and games with my 3 kids aged 4, 6 and 8. Subscribe now if you want real reviews that you don't get on review websites. So what's coming up? What Artifacts actually is, 3 real projects my son built this week, and 3 mistakes parents should avoid. So first off, what is an artifact? Well, normally when you or your kid ask Claude a question, the answer lives in the chat. So they'll read it, they might copy it, but then it's gone the moment they scroll past. Artifacts are different. So when you ask Claude to build something, it opens up a separate panel on the right side of the screen. And that panel is the artifact. It's a working thing that your kid can use, can edit and come back to. So here's how simple it is. 1 sentence and you've got a fully working quiz in under a minute. And the best thing for parents is that there's no downloads, there's no signups, there's no separate app. It runs directly in the browser. They can also share it. So Claude gives you a link so your kid can share it with a friend. And their friend doesn't need to have their own Claude account to play what your kid built. So for the first project, I asked my 8-year-old son what he wanted to build. So he suggested a European flag quiz game. So he typed this prompt and 30 seconds or a minute later, he had a fully working quiz. Then I asked him, did he want to change anything about it? So he wanted to change the background colour first. And then he decided that he wanted to make it a little bit harder by adding in South American countries into the flag quiz. So that was 3 prompts and 3 different versions of the quiz, and they were all his own ideas. I didn't make any suggestions to him. For project 2, I wanted to introduce him to a game from my childhood which he'd never heard of, which is called Tetris. It was a couple of sentences and then I'd say about a minute later I had a fully working version of the classic game Tetris in the browser. And he was able to figure out the controls and he played it solidly for about 30 minutes. If I was to try to describe what Tetris was to him, it probably would have taken 10 to 15 minutes. But instead I was able to bring it to life and he was able to see and play it for himself. So for project 3, I think this is the one that's most useful to parents. So at the moment he's studying 2D and 3D shapes in school. So I built a little quiz that very closely mirrored the homework that he'd been getting over the last couple of weeks. So the first time he did it, he got 3 questions wrong. So then he asked Claude to quiz him on only those 3 that he got wrong, and it did it. And that wasn't a feature that I turned on, that's just something that he figured out himself. 3 mistakes that parents make when their kids first start using artifacts. The first one is, don't write the prompt for them. Let them describe what it is they want, even if it's clumsy. The whole point is that they're creating what they want. 2 is start simple and then iterate from there. Don't try to build the perfect game from the first prompt. Just start with the simplest working version and then get them to tell you what it is that they want to change. The third one is always test the logic yourself. Artifacts can look really polished, but sometimes they don't work as they expected. There might be an incorrect answer or the calculations might be wrong. So make sure that you give it a good test before they spend any time on it. So that's Claude Artifacts. It's free to use with a Claude account and it works directly in the browser. If you would like the 3 prompts that I used in this video, you'll find them in the description. Please like and share for more videos like this.